Lally ho, friends, and welcome to episode. God, what is this? 52? Is this 52?
52,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh, we're too high to even keep count anymore. We are coming off of what I consider one of the more interesting episodes of Kupo Quest that we've had for two reasons. One, we had two players. It was the first time we'd run something with such a small cast. And second, there was some big changes. And our friend here, Izzy, didn't watch
hmm
last episode, so he's gonna learn the
I
recap
was all
live.
asleep when they were filming
He was
because I had a
asleep.
long day at work.
we we if you watch live last week, we started late because we were trying to get a hold of Izzy. We thought he died, but he's here. So
Yes.
last time, where to start? So we're still separated. All three cast members here tonight are in different locations of Fantasia. They
God.
are all kind of,
Mm.
nestled around the same area. So they're all down around here in Cornelia. Izzy, along with Grunthor and Blake, who have been avoiding you, Izzy? You're not sure. You haven't seen them in a while. But they're down here in Cornelia. On the other hand, the let's see, who should I go with first? I'll go with Ava. Ava is actually here in the Chocobo Forest, which I realize I've put too high. This is actually located more in this area. So pay no attention to the map that I created. He is over in the Chocobo Forest because he was kind of encouraged to go there by Garuda because he has Sarah who has been stabbed by a poison blade from her father, King Conrad, who has come back from seemingly nowhere and has seemed to have made some kind of pact with some kind of higher being that has turned him into this twisted warlock version of himself, bent on reclaiming his throne. Now, the Chocobo Forest does seem to have some magical properties that is keeping Sarah from basically succumbing to her disease, because once they entered, the magic there seemed to slow it down. This being the case, and because he also has Leonhardt with him, the 10-year-old girl he's training as a spy, he's reluctant to leave. The problem is he doesn't have any way to contact the rest of the group. So he is currently in the Chocobo Forest with a dying Sarah and a small child and a Chocobo and
Hate
trying to
that.
make do
Two
the best
chocobos.
he can. Two Chocobos, right? Because Goldie, the Chocobo,
Yep.
is with you as well. Now, then let's shift our focus over to Nozak, our 900-year-old Loporrit from the moon. He is currently on his way back from the Wind Shrine to Cornelia with the remnants of all of the people from the Wind Shrine. They collapsed the Wind Shrine, leaving those infected to die. Also, hopefully, trapping and slowing Conrad down for at least a little bit. However, on the way back, they did get ambushed by some kind of serpentine creature, which Nozak quickly deduced was likely one of the people that had succumbed to the late stages of the serpent pox, which, as we had recently found out, actually transforms you into some kind of serpentine creature. Fighting this thing off on his own, basically commanding all of the others that were with him, able bodied people, to keep the rest of them safe, keep them moving. He used every tool in his repertoire to keep this thing at bay. Also, keep in mind he was exhausted from spending the night working through the night, trying to make sure that they had a to make sure that they had a wagon to help
Hot
move
for the
the
kids
injured.
and the sick and that, yeah.
He was cursed from his battle with Conrad. Towards the end of the fight, he was constricted by this serpentine thing and realized the identity of this creature was none other than the Morrow they knew from way back in the early episodes. You had received word
Yeah.
earlier. You had received word earlier that he had transformed, and or at least he was gone. So you knew that something he had entered the late stages of the pox. And then, with one spell slot remaining, no other options at his disposal, Nozak cast Fireball centered on himself since he was currently restricted, therefore turning himself
God.
into a human rabbit bomb. The episode ended with that blast going off and things going dark for Nozak. Now,
Oh
normally,
God.
we'd pick up there, but we're not going to. What we're going to do is rewind time a little bit and see what Izzy's been up to. Izzy, there's one condition. So this is the start of this day, the day that, by the way, Ava spent gathering berries, and Nozak spent blowing himself up. The only condition to what you cannot do is you cannot send these two a message just because we've already played through it and it didn't happen. That's the only thing.
Where?
So, because it would be too hard to retroactively go back and see how a sending from you might have changed what they already did. Other than that, totally free to do whatever you want. As day dawns in Cornelia, at this point,
I'm just gonna take a long rest.
yes, you can take a long rest. Just to frame it perspective wise, Nozak, you're just kind of finished up making your cart thing, and Ava, you know, you're having a breakfast of choco berries with Oki.
Breakfast included at the Choker Forest B&B.
Oh yeah, by the way, Ava's living his best life. Ava
yeah,
has
this is
no
great.
reason to leave.
I might become king of the Chocobo Forest, honestly.
giving him food. So,
Mm.
Izzy,
So,
what are
a
you
couple of
doing with your
clarifying
day?
questions.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry, I should have allowed you to finish. So, this is the day after or the day of?
Of what? Of what? Everything just happened that I described?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
This is the day of. So the stuff I said towards the end
Okay.
there hasn't happened yet. So
Okay.
I think, Nozak, when did that happen to you? Around midday?
I think it was around midday, 1 o'clock, yeah.
Midday. So you've got about half a day before you're caught up with the rest of the story. So you basically just can't
Okay.
send them ascending in the first half of the day. That's the only restriction.
Okay.
Because you didn't.
Then I'll play that. That's very easy for him. I'll just play that as him wanting to message them, but being like, "No, I'm being too pushy. I need to allow my friends to. I need to allow my friends to do their job. I trust them
Sure.
to
Let 'em
not
cook.
mess this up."
Let him cook.
But would this be? Because I remember last time we actually ended on a scene of him in Mog's little place.
Yes. Yeah. Now, if you want, and I think he had found a just like an old staff, right?
More specifically, I think he would assume Mog had magical things lying around, and I think he was looking for something very specific that he had managed to find.
Okay.
And I think that the scene will open on him up very early on the roof, and he seems to be carving something with the dagger he has on him, but being very careful. And I
Okay.
think while I think he's holding what looks like a crystalline staff.
Okay.
And I think it's glowing a bit as he's carving runes into it. And I think it's kind of shaped like a crook, classic mage staff
Sure.
things. And I think while he's holding it, he says, "All right, let's see if this will work." And you see he picks up his orb, and you see he puts in his hands, and he like tries to focus. And as he does, you see he manages to make it like shrink down a bit into almost like an what's the word? Um, into a slightly smaller form. But normally it's only in this form when it's not being used or when it's like off.
Okay.
And I think he sets it into the center of where the crook is. And as he does, I think he says, "Okay, if I remember correctly," he says, holding a book, "This should be the final step." And he puts his hand on it, and you see the orb just flashes, and he picks up the staff. And I think he calls down to Mog because he slept here,
Okay.
and he said he says, "Please tell me this creature's name is Mog, and I'm not making things up."
Yeah, it is. Mog
Okay,
Moogle.
I think he calls down and he says, Mog, I think it worked. Thank you so much for allowing me to go through some of your more magical relics and such.
Wait, what?
Um,
I didn't know you did that. When did you do that?
that's why. I'm sorry. So when I said, "Can I go into your storage room to look through some of your wares to make something?" Did you think I was doing wood carving or something magical?
I didn't know what you were doing. You weren't very specific.
Was I not? Oh, my apologies.
I mean, it's fine. I
Anyways,
just
here
okay.
here's 100 gold for your trouble.
Oh, okay. Got anything
And he's
else you
just
need?
gonna go down. Um, unfortunately, I know that you had some of these things lying around, but I'm pretty sure you're not much in the way of spells. So until you are,
Eh,
unfortunately, not.
not casting
Can I
myself,
ask?
no. Hmm?
Well, yeah, of course, you seem like a very powerful mage. Can I ask why you chose to stay here?
Where? Here, Cornelia? Well, where the hell else would I go?
Yes.
This is where I set my shop up. Do you know how much it costs to open a shop? I'm not going to abandon it just because of a bunch of bastards walking through here with whatever those things were that shoot things. Ah, I've done my traveling. I'm done. I'm staying put.
Valid. Is this
Would
all right?
100 gold be enough to relocate?
Well, no, he gave him 100 gold to be nice because he did just kind of take some stuff.
Plus, I mean,
Oh
where
yeah.
else am I gonna? I mean, I guess I could have gone to Alexandria, but uh, they've already got like a pretty bustling scene up there. There's really no other taverns. I don't really have any competition.
Well,
It's fucking
just be
great.
careful.
I'm always careful.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyways,
still
thank
alive,
you.
all right?
With this
Also, I apologize if that's
crystalline.
not the same voice I used 50 episodes ago. It's been a long time. Okay.
How dare
It's
you,
fine.
Wolf?
I couldn't
You
remember, so
see,
that's what we're getting.
he says, "Well, thanks to this crystalline that I was able to find lying around here, I should be able to finally use a focus to cast spells. Normally I couldn't because wood isn't typically conductive to magic. It's not really supposed to be. It kind of just helps wizards shape their magic. But with
Mhm,
this, it's made out of this about
mhm,
it's made out of something similar to the crystal ball I used
mhm.
before. He is still talking. He does not notice him falling asleep.
His little wings are still flapping as you can see, like, as
He
he
is
starts to drift
holding.
off, he'll stop.
He is
He'll
he is committing the worst crime, which is holding someone hostage in a conversation. Yeah, but after about 10 minutes of explaining, he just says, "Anyways, I need to go help on the docks again. You have a good evening."
Okay, you too. It's morning.
Yeah, yeah. He hops on his broom. Actually, first, he's going to make sure that he checks on what's their name? He's gonna check on Grunthor and Blake and see if they need anything, basically.
Okay. Give me an investigation roll.
Hate that.
So does he
Do
like
I have
investigation?
No,
I thought
I
you were
love
good at that.
investigation. Me,
Okay.
Ace hate that I have to roll investigation.
I was gonna say, yeah, I thought isn't it intelligence?
Oh, it is
11,
100%. I got an 11, which
a
oof.
2.
That means I rolled a 2.
Wow.
Wow. Well, that
You
sucks.
spend some time searching through Cornelia, and you can't find them. You even stop and ask a couple people, and nobody's seen either of them in a day or two. As you ask around some more, no one's seen Duchess either. You don't know where they are.
Mm,
First time,
And
it's a little concerning to you too, because this is the first time that now you're alone, and these two didn't mention anything about what they were doing. Might not be so weird for Grunther, but it's a little weird for Blake. New
yeah,
Grunther, anyway.
he will send a message to Blake, basically, in short words, saying, "Hey, friend, where are you? I wanted to see if you needed anything while I help at the docks. It is a good thing I cannot be scryed on."
You don't get a response.
That wasn't part of the message. That was me.
Yeah, no. You don't get a response. Does the sending message does that spell allow you to know if it was received or not? Does it say that?
Let's see.
Ooh.
As soon as you said it,
That's a terrifying question for your DM to
That's
ask.
a good question.
it is horrifying.
That's a great question, but that's terrifying.
If it knows you, it can answer immediately. The spell enables blah blah. But you can blah, blah, blah. All it says is if the target is in a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
So you don't know. You don't know if she received it or not, but you don't get a response.
Respond. Okay. I think he puts that into the back of his mind for a second. I don't think he wants to freak out. I think he thinks that there could be a lot of solutions, but as for now, I think he thinks, okay, keeping an eye on the city while everyone's gone is what's most important right now. Once the others get back, along with Queen Sarah, she can take over, and then I can look into this. And I think he puts down a message that I think he writes down in like a book that simply says, reminder to self, tell other to Blake that I can't find Blake and Grunthor. And I think he continues to the docks to keep an eye on
Post-it
things.
note: friends missing. Look into later.
Yeah, my priority list is a bit full. I suppose I could put them in the middle somewhere. She'll be right.
So, are you heading to the docks with anything particular in mind that you're wanting to
I
accomplish?
think he's just checking on some of the citizens, making sure they're good, asking some of like the guards or like war people if they need anything.
Okay.
I think Renoa is in the back of his mind since she got taken, and he has to tell. And basically, he's really contemplating not sending Squall a message. But I think he remembers what Squall said to Nozak about if something happened to Renoa, he specifically would not want anyone to message him. And I think even though he's mad at Squall or was mad at Squall because Izzy's not the type to really hold grudges unless you do something egregious, I feel like he would be like, no, I have to respect that. Respect his wishes.
Yeah. I think. I mean, I did it, so I think Squall made his point. When Noah got kidnapped.
Oh yeah, the thing about it is
understood.
the only thing that's keeping him from not messaging him is the fact that he specifically said, I would not want you guys to message me if something happened.
Yeah. So. Okay. It's getting closer to the noon time now. When you receive a message yourself from your mother, she's talking a little bit quieter in kind of hushed tones. Just really quick. Your mother, she's never referred to you as Izzy before, right? Not particularly.
No, I think while he was talking to her before, she referred to him as Izzy, but if you want to say that was just DM mistake, that's perfectly fair.
No, I did that one on purpose. But just
Yeah.
historically, she doesn't.
Very much. It gave very much. I'm acknowledging the person you are now. That's why I kind of ignored it.
Okay. Yeah, and that one I did on purpose. She does it again here though, and that's the first thing that kind of takes you aback because the first thing you hear in your head for like the second or third time ever is just your mother's voice using the name you've chosen basically to go by yourself. Izzy. I can only send one message, but I will be sending someone your way shortly. I'll give them an emblem so you'll know that you can trust them. You'll know it when you see it.
Okay. I think he tallies that in his mind that, okay, I can't message her back to ask questions. I need to ask this person. He just sends back a message that simply says, uh, got a chance to speak with who's the bad guy's name again?
Which
Noctis.
The
Noctis. Thank you.
Noctis. Okay.
big one.
I was like,
Got
I'm giving
to
you guys like 8.
got a chance to speak to Noctis's head mage. She came to me first. Um, it seems he wants to meet to get us to stop. And I think I don't know if you can get tone from the messages, but the tone would be very much like, oh, this is just an update. I don't have any. I have. It gives very much like, oh, this is just an update. I don't have any more to give you to imply from.
Yeah, I always assume sending is like a voicemail, not like a
Yeah,
text, Like I assume you actually
yeah,
hear them. So,
yeah. The way he says it is very much. It's in a way where it's just like, this is just news. I also got. I don't know what to make of it.
okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, he's not expecting a message back.
Time goes on. Another hour or two. The sun has reached its peak, high noon, as they say. And, right after that lunchtime, something. Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, Jesus. My God. Wolf, give me a break.
I'm about to give you a break.
I sent you another message for funsies.
Oh, hold on.
That
Yeah.
is a God damn it, Izzy. That is a 12. He rolled a 3.
Okay.
That's
Hold
no
on.
good. I mean, hey, someone has to make up for the fact that Ava rolled 2 30s in a fucking row. Like an absolute G. You want to know what he used it for? To find berries.
And I'll do it again, damn it.
No. Are you talking about the 30? Not once, but
Yeah.
twice. I made a short out of it 2 times. The best part was the second time he called it because he goes, "Watch here. I'll do another 30." Oh, boom, 30. Okay. Okay. There's a commotion back towards the center of town. There seems to be just a small crowd that's gathering around. Sounds like somebody's kind of
Okay.
shouting. Seems like I don't know, something's going on. It doesn't seem like there's a scuffle or anything, but there's definitely something or somebody making a commotion.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, fucking, what's it called? Where's the spell?
I saw. Naughty.
Is it?
What spell are you looking for? You've got so many.
I do. Oh, I forgot. I took it off my roster so I could. Yeah, I'm not gonna use it then. He's just gonna get on his broom. Oh, wait, sorry. Every morning I cast Mage Armor. I'm making that known now,
Sure.
DM.
You've told me that before. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've told me that
Yeah,
before.
and he's just going to fly towards the crowd to try to get a look at things.
Okay. There, as you're kind of looking down on the crowd, the crowd is gathered around one kind of slender man that's just kind of out of breath, and he seems to be shouting. And give me a perception check.
Oh, God.
You'll notice I'd said nothing from that Arcana check because a 12 doesn't get
Dice.
you shit.
What is happening?
You can't make out what he's
Ooh,
saying from here.
hold on.
Oh my gosh.
He's kind of just frantically
Where'd
looking
this
around.
go?
Have you rolled above a 5 since we started?
I have not, and we are going to do something about that.
Okay.
Nice jail.
So the the man just is shouting, looking around, shouting. You can't understand what he's saying from this high up, and he's very winded, and he just seems to be looking. It does look like he's looking for somebody in particular.
Yeah, he's just gonna fly down so he can hear.
You land next to the guy.
Probably not. He'll probably land near the front of the crowd.
Okay. The dude just is still kind of he's got his back turned to you. He's looking around. He's starting to kind of push people aside. There's kind of murmurs going through the crowd, like this guy's crazy. He just came running in, just kept running into the town, just started screaming. He's looking for somebody I've never heard of. And then he's just kind of pushing through. At this point, he's pushing his way away from you through the crowd, trying to because they've started to kind of box him in, and he wants to get out of there. He doesn't seem to be aggressive, but he is definitely looking for somebody.
Um, yeah, I think Izzy. Jesus Christ! This is why getting certain what's it called? Cantrips would have been better for me. I think Izzy is going to walk forward, and I think he's going to call out to the crowd, people, and just basically be like, all right, everyone. Um, I understand this seems to be exciting, or I'm not sure, maybe rattling. But please give this person some space. I will talk to them. Please get back to what you are doing, or at least back up so that he can breathe. He must not feel safe with a crowd around him.
So he turns around to you as you say that, and he's just kind of like looking around to see who said that. Uh-oh. I think I lost the mouse.
Oh,
Oh no,
Not the mouse.
not the mouse.
the world's been destroyed.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We weren't really
We
using
were
them
too
anyway.
late.
Weren't really using them anyway.
We
He's like looking around. He finally notices you, and he stops for a second, and you see him like kind of look you up and down. He lingers particularly on your ears as he just kind of like looks them over. He's looks like he's checking you out as he kind of scans and looks at what you're wearing and everything, and then he just runs at you. What are you doing? The dude's just basically charging you at this point.
That's fun. Um,
Oh fuck.
You can give me an
what
insight
was
check
it?
if you want, or you can just react.
Yeah, I can give you a quick insight check.
Chromatic orb.
Izzy, what are you doing? I
Dude's
even
charging.
flipped to the
Wow.
crystal.
Oh my god.
Listen, you guys
Dude's
know
charging.
how the crystal dice have done me in the past, but I thought I'd give him a chance.
That
Anyways,
might have been a bad call. Those never worked for you, dude.
yeah, I'm about to switch right on back. Anyways, what is it?
What are you doing? The dude's running at you. He'll be on
Could
you
you have
within
him?
a second of
Could you
a
have
round.
him make a strength check, please?
Ooh, 18.
Cool. I need to Jesus. I need to
my
make.
my little random scout dude is rolling better than our almost archmage over here.
Almost Archmage is crazy.
You're level 12. There's not many. There's only 8 levels left.
Cool. We're gonna roll 1d20 plus 5.
God, I hope he just blows this guy away. I kind of hope he just
All
like
up.
disintegrates the dude.
Yep, I cast Disintegrate. Dope. I got a 24. He cast Telekinesis, and the guy is now lifted up by the scruff of his shirt.
Okay, as he's running towards you, he gets lifted up, and you can see the shock and the panic. At first, it's a little comical as he's still running in the air as he gets lifted, but then you can see he starts to just kind of panic and flail. While he's floating there, he relaxes a little bit and says, "You have to be Izzy then, right? Izzy, yes? The mage.
Yes, I am
I,
he.
I was sent to look for you. Do you think you could put me down? I bring grave news."
Once you show evidence that you were sent to speak to me, I will gladly.
Do you know an angry bunny?
I'm going to be honest. That's not specific enough, friend.
Really?
You know two. The only two in the world that are known.
Technically, he knows 5.
Oh, true. Okay. um.
Damn, that's a good
Oh
point.
God. Let's see
Who
if
were
you can
the
remember.
other 3?
See if you can remember. Oh, he rolled a 3. He doesn't
Parents.
remember your name.
Oh,
Bestie,
right.
what are you doing?
He's like in the air. No. Like a small, like a rabbit. God. Angry.
Does he?
Likes to build stuff.
Does he? Does he? No. He says,
Still doesn't narrow it down.
does he curse a lot, or does he curse a lot and drink?
I didn't really see him drink. He made
Okay.
us a cart, and he has a thing on his arm that shoots fire.
Oh, okay. So it's Nozak. He
Yes,
puts the
that's
man
it.
down.
And he kind of like stumbles a little bit when he finally gets his feet. He sent me ahead. He's got a caravan coming this way. There's been. Remind me. Hold on. When did you send him? Was it before or after Morrow showed up?
I
think it was
sent.
before.
No, it was before. I
It was
sent
before.
him. I'm pretty sure I sent him as we were getting ready to leave on the
Yeah,
second day
It was
on
the
the
morning of.
Chocobo to head off.
Okay.
And then it was basically like a we'll catch up as we go along.
Perfect. There's been
I got you, homie.
There's been an incident at the Wind Shrine. Sarah has been gravely injured by. I'm not really sure. A man that was pretending to be someone else. I'm a little lost on the details, but she's been gravely injured, and we haven't seen her in days. Nozak was traveling with another, an Ellison that he's been separated from. Yeah, him and Sarah.
DM.
Yes,
Can I cast Detect Magic on him real quick?
absolutely,
Ooh, smart man.
absolutely, you can.
I'm realizing listening to this guy and his terrible rolls, I should have said a 5-year-old. Those bitches will tell you everything.
Yeah, yeah,
That child will tell you his parents' problems, the Nozak's problems,
yeah. I
the
know.
Wind Shrine's problems.
Oh, trust me, I know. So many things that you're like, don't tell people that. Oh my god, it's that age. Yeah. So detect magic, is that a role for him if he's trying
It
to
is
hide
not.
anything?
I can
Okay,
simply
that's what I
for
thought.
the duration, the presence of magic within 30 feet. For the duration, you can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. You sense the magic in a way that you can use your action to see faint aura around an invisible creature, object, whatever, and you learn the
Okay.
school of magic. So essentially, it's him waving his new staff, and within 30 feet, essentially any magical essence or items or anything like that are glowing. Essentially,
Give me another Arcana check with advantage.
that is not what I wanted you to say. All right, let's
I'm gonna
see.
say a lot of things tonight that you don't want me to say. Let's just put it out there, okay?
Bestie, thank goodness. That's a 24, and we're
24.
switching back to the
Okay.
regular dice.
Nice.
The guy has absolutely nothing magical on him. He's mundane from head to toe. What weaponry he has is mundane weaponry. You, however, are glowing with magic, right? I mean, you've got your new staff. There is, however, one thing that is supposed to be magical that is not. That immediately catches your attention. You did have something that was imbued from Nozak that seems to no longer have that enchantment.
Oh God! I say as I undo
And it
my
was, remind me,
enhanced
Nozak,
arcane
was that
focus.
the old
It's the old stuff.
the old
I
staff?
gave
Okay.
the
Yeah.
infusion that gives the +2, I think now, to spell. Well,
Yeah,
not more to spell casting.
That is no longer there. And I
yeah.
imagine you being you would have a like photographic memory of every one of your magical items.
I think when he says there's an emergency and he sees this thing's not glowing, he knows that means one of two options. Either Nozak had to use it himself,
Mhm.
or the other option, which is much scarier. And I think for a second he looks at his staff and he says, "What is your name?"
My name is Ben.
We are going to go there, and I need you to tell me every single thing you remember on the way.
Okay,
And he is going to pull out his broom.
perfect. The guy, are you gonna put him on the back of it? I'm guessing you're gonna make him run.
Oh yeah, immediately.
Keep up.
Were there any guard? Yeah, were there any guards also in the crowd?
In this crowd,
Guards, army people, whatever.
yeah, there's two.
Okay, he goes to one of them and he says, "Go to whoever your superior is and tell them that something might have happened to Nozak and Ava." It took me a minute. And Ava. I'm going to check
Poor
it out.
Ava.
Check it out now. Uh, I was supposed to keep watch over the city while Sarah was gone, but this constitutes an emergency. I want you guys to double whatever shifts you have been doing and do not leave any detail unnoticed.
Absolutely.
And
I
I
got
think
it.
he doesn't even continue to talk. He just throws this guy on his broom and leaves.
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, sure.
Damn, that was cool.
I now understand the meme of like, DM, what's the name of this person? I want his date of birth, social security number, his birthday,
Yeah.
family lineage. I get it
God.
now.
All right, we're going
Yeah.
back to the crystal dice because
Oh my
why?
god.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't hear what he says as you fly off. Long story short, the guy informs you of the events that happened up at the wind shrine. He admits you of again, he doesn't really know that it's Conrad. He, not everybody was like present for that part. He knows that the place caved in. He knows that everybody except for Ava, Sarah, and one child, he doesn't know who, have been missing. And of course, all the people that were sick. Those people got left behind. Um, and then he
So,
comes to
fuck
you,
them
and
ones.
basically his urgency is fear that whatever it was that was in the wind shrine is closing in on them.
Okay,
No, Zach.
I rolled a die to see which dice I would use, and it landed on the same dice.
You should
So
just roll
Oh
all
boy.
of them, and then whichever one rolls highest
Use
Oh,
that.
true.
is the
That's a
one you
good
roll.
valid.
idea.
Okay. No, Zach.
Hi.
You,
How you doing?
the last thing you remember, you saw the eyes of Morrow as you cast your spell, and you felt your body engulf in flame, as though the flame started within your very soul and burst outward, engulfing you and this creature. And then black, dark. Until now, when your consciousness returns, as you think your eyes are open, but you see nothing, just black, void as far as you can see. You look down at your hands. You can't see them in front of your face. It's almost as if you've gone blind. And then, shockingly, you see something blinding and bright. And you have to close your eyes away from it for just a second. And then you realize up until this point, you haven't had any real senses. No smell, no hearing, just a general awareness of yourself. But now you feel cold. Eventually, you blink a little more and you see the visage of Shiva slowly approaching you through this dark void, walking on who knows what. You can't even feel ground beneath you. You feel lifeless and floating. But she just comes towards you and doesn't say anything. She just stares. Give me an insight check. She is the
Yeah.
only thing you can see.
Are we, without saying anything, adding the disadvantage to that?
Straight roll.
Insight. Come on, computer. That is a 10.
It's hard to really gauge. This is a being of. This is the closest thing that you have to a deity standing in front of you. And up until this point, viewing a deity in, I mean, the last time she presented herself to you in her full form, it erased all your memories. But here, now, you get the feeling that this is her true form, the awe of what you're seeing, just the sheer overwhelming force of this person. And on her face, a look of utter disappointment. What do you do?
Cookie time. Been a while.
She just kind of cocks her head to the side. She doesn't approach.
There are many things happening in the world. And it's hard when the thing that keeps you going and the thing that keeps us moving ahead in our task barely bothers to try to help to fix the world that they flip-flop on whether they wanted to destroy or not. There is a duality there of whether we want to try to fix things because it's the right thing to do, or whether we want to fix things because we know that that's going to prolong the earth and keep us around to do more deeds. On one hand, I've been around a long time, so I get wanting to keep the world going, wanting to do more. But at the same time, nothing is infinite. Nothing lasts forever, and everything will die. I suppose now we just get to choose when.
Small smirk plays on her face. She has yet to say anything, as she continues just to watch you with this look.
I've seen a lot of death in my time, whether I'm on one end of the sword or on the other. Whether I've been the one shooting the bullets, whether I've been the one blowing it up. I think we're on the wrong side. In the way of, we're on the wrong side in this fight. I don't believe in gods anymore after everything that has happened. For close to 1,000 years, I believed in deities, in gods, in eidolons, in icons, whatever we wanted to call you. But there have also been a lot of moments in the past 10 years that have sullied that thought and relationship as man has become more and more powerful. When war and ruin comes to towns and people and civilizations fall, where the gods don't have rule anymore. They are there to give people hope, and they are. Garuda brought back Izzy. That was impressive. But we also made a big deal with her for that. You brought back Gunthor as best as you could in your own image, like we say God does as they create their children.
Give me an insight check.
Nat 20.
When you
That
say
was
that,
what I needed. That.
when you say that, you brought back Grunthor in your image. It's almost imperceptible. A look flashes across her face that looks like pure rage. She did not like that. You only noticed it because you rolled very high.
Yeah, because I got the nat. I totally get that.
You
No,
were
Zach's just
starting
gonna
to
kind of
wonder if she
chuckle to
had anything
himself.
to do with that.
No, Zach's gonna chuckle to himself a little bit after noticing. He's gonna stop his, let's call it a monologue, but he's gonna stop what he was saying and just kind of start chuckling to himself. And he's just gonna say that little spark of hatred, that little moment of imperceptible rage, that is why the people don't believe in the gods anymore. Because how would you not have known when you're the one presiding over us? The one that gave us the crystals, the one that gave countless warriors the crystals, the one that is still alive and can still communicate with the others if they wanted to. We live in a world now where humans make their own fate and we don't rely on divine guidance as much as we used to. And after bringing Grunthor back, or not, I don't know. We don't know anything. We have not had anything to do with you since you bestowed upon us the crystals. And then you vanished and left us all there. There was no real guidance. There was no real help. There was nothing. And you expected just a couple of mortals to save the world. And that sounds like such a great idea now, doesn't it? When you couldn't even save the one that died and another one brought it back. So then the question to you then, how long are you going to hide in the back? How long are you going to distance yourself from a world you helped to destroy, whilst gaslighting everyone else to believe you're the one that wants to save it? How are you going to sit there and play savior to a world you have not stepped on in hundreds, if not thousands of years? You are the reason why this world doesn't need gods anymore. And you are the reason why the world is falling to shit. Not because we're not trying to save it or prolong the Earth's and Fantasia's hospitality. What is the word? Hospitable?
Hospitable?
How do you... That one. I was doing
That's the first
so
thing she
well.
says. Hospitable.
She has a voice.
I'll do that in character. I like it. That's the first thing she says as she corrects your grammar.
She has a voice. She has thoughts. She has feelings. So why not try to fix things while still creating an army of people to do your bidding? Whilst vanishing from the world and creating soldiers, you're no better than the ones wanting to destroy it. You're not any greater than the current gods that Ava has in his command. You're not any better than Izzy, who has taken the time to surpass the unimaginable power that comes from that family. You aren't any more special than Blake, who has traveled the world and saved countless lives. And you're not any better than Grunthor, who has traveled and lost so much in such a short time. But then again, as far as we're all concerned, you brought him back. That's what the world thinks. And if that's where the world is going, I don't be in this anymore. Because I don't think you deserve humanity's respect. I don't think you deserve anything for simply running and thinking you're the hero for a world that's slowly going to shit.
She takes a step towards you. Then another. She's walking slowly, with each step leaving behind just a small footprint of ice that just evaporates almost immediately, but it's there.
She's gonna see that Nozak isn't getting any colder or any frostbitten or anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm resistant to the cold, so this is cool cosplaying adventure stuff.
She walks closer and closer. I assume you hold your ground?
I'm not moving.
Okay.
As she walks closer, Nozak, she's gonna be like, I'm not afraid of you, Shiva. I'm not afraid of your power. I'm not afraid of what you can or can't do. Because, for lack of a better term, you've not really shown what you can do. Whilst we have leveled cities, we have burnt civilizations to the ground. You haven't done anything except for give me the power to build myself up. I don't fear you, but I don't respect you either. You're just another creature in this world, fighting for dominance to one that won't be here any longer.
At this point, she's right in front of you. And she leans down, and you didn't realize how just ginormous she was. It almost seems like she must have been. You can't tell distance wherever you are in this void of a space. So she must have been really far away at first because she is. She's, from your perspective, as big as a building. She just kind of kneels down, bends over, and it almost as if she's
I'm gonna need some
making
sugar after this, damn.
making herself smaller somehow. And then she places a kiss, an icy kiss, right on your forehead. And then just shrugging off everything you've said, just whispers, rest now. Then she's
Yeah.
gone. And you're there in the void. Your
Just before
senses
everything,
starting to go. What are you thinking?
Nozak is thinking of all of the feats of absolute accomplish that he's managed to do, not just with the party, but in creating this technological world for Limblom, for having a hand in the absolute warfare, because there is a sense of pride in what he's done to have created something so technologically advanced, even with the negative aspects that come with it. He takes a moment and thinks about his start on the moon and learning about Titan, which kicked his religious journey. He thinks about Luca, he thinks about Nelly. He knows that Luca's going to be capable enough to complete things, although he would have liked to have been there a bit longer. As he goes around in his head, and in his head, he pictures each of his friends around him and remembers Izzy's brash but very correct attitude 90% of the time, and how even with all of the shit that he goes through in his mind, he's still the logical reasoning that the party needs. He remembers Ava's spontaneity and ingenuity and how he creates things and how he does things in a way that you don't see nowadays. He thinks about Grunthor and the fierce loyalty and protection that he offers to everyone, even in his new state, his new life. And he thinks about Blake and everything that she's done, the world she's created, the people she's helped. And then the last person he thinks about is a tall, long white-haired Elizan in priest clothing. And as he looks up at this person and he feels like he starts to cry a little bit, and he kind of just whispers to himself that with the image of the Elizan in his head, he just wishes and says, I hope I did the Nozak name proud. And the Elizan in his mind just kind of looks at him with a smile, in his mind thinking he's done the right thing, of the man whose name he took 1,000 years ago. And then in the darkness, his final words are just going to be, Shiva, I hope you now live with the regrets of a world that doesn't care for you anymore.
With that, those images, those thoughts in your mind fade away into nothingness. And eventually your consciousness slips, and Nozak is no more. The ride on the broom is quicker than it would be taking it on foot, obviously. And
I forgot about this part.
Ava, I do promise I have something for you. It's just
you're
hard.
good, man.
It's
I'm
just
enjoying
hard
it.
with people
No
split.
worries. Yeah, no worries.
As you're flying as fast as you can, and all the while you feel like something bad has happened. You lose track of time, Izzy. How long you've been flying at fast pace. Your mind just kind of spinning out, just thinking about all the things you do, prepping your spells, what you need to do. Eventually, and they're easy to find because there's quite a few people moving as a caravan on their way back to Cornelia. From the sky, you see them moving in a slightly panicked pace as you dive down. The Ben on the back confirming, yes, this is them. This is them. You dive down, and you don't see at first any sign of your friend Nozak.
Hmm.
What do you do?
He lands immediately, and he lands. And does he really quick, Ava? Is he know Leonhardt?
I don't know, because I think when we were in Cornelia, everybody was doing their own things during the downtime, and I visited the
Yeah.
Okay,
orphanage.
cool.
So I don't know if we got the chance to meet.
Cool.
I
Then
think you only
he
know that he has a
lands.
contact. I don't think you know who it is. You definitely know he has a contact.
Yeah, then he is going to land. And as he does, he looks around at the group and he allows Ben to stand beside him. And he says, "Are all of you okay? Okay, what's wrong? What are you running from?"
Yes, we got attacked on the road a while back. Maybe a mile or so at this point. Large snake creature. A
When
small
he
one.
says that, Izzy immediately just says, "Morrow, no," and he he says, Nozak's fighting him. All of you keep going. And he just jumps on his broom by himself and goes.
Okay. You're looking in the direction they pointed, about a mile. Give me a perception check. With
Okay.
advantage, since you have a pretty good vantage point from your broom.
Izzy, I need you.
Don't
I
fuck
got
this
a
up,
new
dude.
dice.
Please.
Come
You got
on,
this.
Izzy. You got this.
Come on.
New dice.
Advantage.
Okay, not bad.
2 dice.
26.
Yes.
Not bad. Not bad. Of course, Ava's
Purple
like,
dice
it's
it
no
is.
30.
Excuse me, 2 30s? Thank you.
As you're flying, you do see from the sky 2 figures kind of at the center of this crater in the grass. This burnt crater that just seems to is almost as if like a small bomb had just gone off in the middle of this field. It's very hard to tell from so high up, but one of them does look very much serpentine, and the other one is much smaller. The 2 bodies are basically, here's like the center point of like where the blast would have been, separated a little bit. The smaller body is actually in the center, and the serpentine one is off about 5-10 feet, as though it was blown in a different direction. 26. Are you going closer?
Yeah, immediately he's landing.
Okay. As you land, you immediately see the charred, still body of Nozak lying in the grass.
I cast True Resurrection. I'm joking.
It's like, do you have True Resurrection?
Please, I wish wizards could get True
Also,
Resurrection.
no one mentioned buying any diamonds to me.
Nope.
That would be crazy. No, but he hops off his broom and he runs to Nozak. Oh yeah, you said the body was charred, but he can probably tell which one's Nozak.
I mean, it's you can definitely tell. One is obviously serpentine. The other one is smaller.
It's charcoal.
And I mean, it's still a body. Like he didn't like burn up. Like he went through like a. It's not like he was cremated or anything. I mean, but the burn damage it's obviously a loperet. You can definitely tell based on the stature. And you also see, I mean, it is wearing his iconic gauntlet, which surprisingly seems okay after having gone through that blast.
I think he stands there for a moment. And as he does, it would almost sound like pressure coming in to like an enclosed space as it's just his silhouette looking at Nozak. Really quick, what details did he give? Does he know that Conrad is the reason that they ran, or did he just say someone was disguised as someone else?
He didn't know it was Conrad.
Okay.
The one that
Okay, cool.
came to you just knew.
But
it was
he knows
some guy
Sarah is still. He knows Sarah is gravely ill
and missing.
I think Missy, yes. I think he looks at the bifur. It is almost like pressure building in. And I think he squeezes the staff very, very tightly, like white knuckles. And as he does, he looks up. And I think as he sees Nozak's body, he thinks of all the people he's met on this journey, like even the bad people, quote unquote. Quote, he thinks of he thinks of Noctis. He thinks of Sarah. He thinks of Sarah's mom. He thinks of Conrad. He thinks of Ava. He thinks of some of the people he's met. He thinks of Blake. He thinks of Grunthor. And I think as he thinks further, it almost lands on people he needs to save. And I think he sees his brother. What was the mage's name? Her name's Odalia, right?
Andara?
Andara, thank you.
Enora.
Nora.
There
Enora.
we go.
He
Yep.
sees his brother, Enora, and his mom, and I think he also sees Furion, who he has not thought about for quite some time, and he thinks of Renoa, and I think as he thinks things through, he hears Nozak's voice in his head head, almost telling him he thinks at the time Nozak yelled at him for wanting to run away the first time because of him spiraling because of how bad his life was at that point, and I think he hears Nozak talking to him again, but this time it's like stern Nozak. It's the Nozak that was talking to him when he decided that he wanted to save the town rather than Firion, and Nozak had to convince him that that wasn't the best choice, even if it was the most logical. And I think he hears Nozak simply tell him there's no point in grieving someone who's been waiting to die. And I think that's what's scariest to him. Not the fact that Nozak is dead, but the fact that it took him this long to realize that Nozak has been, for a long time, Nozak hasn't really been living. And at least like this, he can rest while he does it. So I think he takes the gauntlet. Is the Morrow monster wearing any clothes?
I'm sorry, we have a hand raised from beyond
A
the grave.
question? Yes.
Yeah.
I had an idea, and we didn't get to do it, but it's easy enough to retroactively do it because it's just basically flavor text at this stage.
Alright.
But there was one last thing that Nozak did that it doesn't do anything except explain now what's just going on. And when you pick up the gauntlet, you see one last piece of paper start to come out as soon as you pick it up. And it was Nozak's thing that he did while he was walking with everybody to kind of just keep everybody sorted and safe. Where he finally, after 52 episodes, used the magical tinkering to create one last 25-word message in his thing. And as Izzy picked it up, the paper come out. And it just says, Ava ran ahead to save Sarah. Conrad attacked us and we ran. Forgive me, Sarah, I had to help them. I just had to help. And that's basically his last words to everybody.
Yeah. I think he puts the message in his pocket. I think a lot of people would be expecting Izzy to cry, but I think he's looking at this. If anything, I think he's more angry, but it's like a quiet anger, not like he's done before. And I think he's letting himself feel that anger, and he's not allowing himself to demonize himself for it. And I think says, this belongs to Luca, you old asshole. He puts it in his bag. And I think he says, also, you've been trapped all your life. The last thing I'm going to do is put you in the ground. He steps back and he casts Fireball and incinerates the bodies.
Okay. What all are you taking off of the body? Not sure how much of a loot you want to do to your friend here, but
he just
any
takes
items
the
he
gauntlet.
has on him are there.
Well, he doesn't need the ringlet of intelligence. And
Well, I don't need that. I'm way too smart for that. This is where Izzy's Mysidia actually comes out. He's like, I always thought that thing was so tacky.
No,
what do I have?
I'm about to say, no, he does not. Yeah, he doesn't take anything from it. He just takes the gauntlet. And if Morrow has anything, like any jewelry or any clothing, he'll rip a piece off of that to give to Sarah, but that's about it.
Okay. As you go over to the corpse of Morrow, it twitches and goes. This thing is not dead. It's hanging on by a thread, but it's not dead.
Unfortunately, though, this is a sickness and not a curse, and he cannot do anything about that.
This thing is trying to stand up, trying to move it from doesn't have a waist, but like the lower half of it is completely charred.
Forgot. Ignore everyone. Listen, ignore everything I said about incinerating the bodies for a second. I think he looks down at this beast and looks at him. He's like, Morrow, you don't get to die yet until you have no other options. Sarah needs you. And he's going to pull out his crystal and attempt to heal Morrow.
What are you doing?
He's going to attempt to.
You're going to try to do it with the crystal. I see. I see. Okay.
He's going to attempt to call upon Shiva's power. And as he does, all he says to her is simply, I think, funnily enough, I think even though he sees a very staunch difference between him and Nozak, I think they're very similar in a way he would never want to admit. as he simply says, "You allowed him to die. Give me this one now."
Give me 2 D100 rolls.
All right. That is a D20, D12, D100, 1, 2.
Would Nozak's words to Shiva in
I got
the
a
other realm?
62 and a 43.
Okay. What was that?
I was going to say, would Nozak's words to Shiva in the other realm like have any impact on whether she would be remotely around
Wouldn't
for
you
this
like
one?
to know? Wouldn't you like to know?
I would.
Wouldn't you like to know, Death Boy?
You're dead. Shut up. Stop talking.
Trying to
God,
help
you're
my
chatty for a
buddy.
corpse.
I'm a medium. You want to know how much those bastards talk? Fucking hell! They talk more than the living. I'm like, you don't have a heartbeat. Shut up.
So, as you do that, the crystal doesn't have any reaction. It doesn't seem to do anything. There was a particular set of kind of conditions and circumstances that led to whatever Grunthor did. And so far, you've not been able to really replicate that with just the crystals. And for now, it doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Yeah. He does not. I think in this moment, while he realizes how similar he is to Nozak, he realizes how similar he is to his father, and he doesn't necessarily think that's a bad thing. Bad thing. It's just unlike his father, he's willing to have nuance with the things he does, and he says, "Well, I guess it's your lucky day. You get to retire, friend, because there's no way for us to heal you. Heal you. Uh, I do feel bad, Morrow, and you seemed like you were becoming a better person. I'm sorry, I didn't know you very well, so this is a lot more ham-fisted and awkward. I hope that you're at least able to rest in peace. Peace." And I think it gives very much movie where it's a silhouette of him pointing his staff tomorrow with no noise, and the only thing you see is just a light flash.
Okay. Ava, still awake over there?
Yeah.
Good berry.
Back to our spa day. Let's lighten things up a little bit, shall we?
Each episode.
Man, just woke up from a great nap.
It is peace, the quiet, everything. You're starting to lose track of time here, and it's not kind of any kind of mystical thing. There's still a day-night cycle. It's just for the first time, you've got just a chance to breathe. And even with all of the stuff going on in your life, even with Sarah struggling, I mean, there's almost like a very minor catnip type effect. Like it's just there's
I was
something
just thinking that.
there's something about this place that just helps calm you. What are you doing at this point?
Hmm.
It would be early afternoon.
Early afternoon. Yep. I
Still
think
no word from anybody.
this is what, day 2 of me being here?
Yeah.
Third day? Good day 2.
So you spent a one whole day. I think you got there at night, spent a whole day, and it's about halfway through the third day.
Okay.
I think that's how it
Okay.
worked out. Lots of stuff.
3 days with no contact from my friends. Yeah.
That's about to
good.
become different real soon.
That's why I wanted to jump
Ava-
to him before you sent him a message.
Hmm.
Ava will pull out both the daggers he has and
Okay.
start kind of flipping them around for a second, hold them by the blades, and he'll approach Oki and kneel down to her, and he'll extend one of the daggers out and say, "Have you ever had to use one of these before?"
No, I've tried to avoid it. I have one, but I'm not
That's
very good at
smart.
it.
Oh,
I
you have
used it-
one?
Well, yeah. I mean, I needed it to cut a couple purses. Some of those bitches, it's
Yeah,
too hard to
that makes
untie them.
sense. Yeah, no, that's true. And then, like, sometimes they just hold it fucking weirdly. I don't know. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
So she does reach in and pulls one out of just like her waistband, and it's an old rusty looking thing. Definitely something she just swiped from somewhere. If she cut herself with this, I don't know if you know what tetanus is in this world, but it's not good. Okay. So I mean, I know, this end hurts people. I've not had to actually
yeah.
use it that way.
Do you want to learn, or would you
Fuck
rather
yeah.
not?
This is cute.
All right. I'll offer to let her use either of the daggers that I have if she wants to, or if she wants to use her own. That's fine.
Okay. Are you gonna try to instruct her and teach her a little bit here?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's see. Let's see what role would be good for that. It'd be dexterity, showing her how to do it. It could be
Okay. I
intelligence,
like that.
trying to think of methods that
Mm,
would help her understand it.
like
If you're using
dexterity.
it, if you're using it to help her like hunt or something, which again is frowned upon here, but that could be survival. So just tell me what you're trying to do and
Hmm.
what role you would think would work, and I'll either let you do it or I'll tell you no.
I think that sorry, I just noticed something was wrong with my character, and that stunlocked me for a second there.
Did you
I
accidentally
think
take a
that
7th class?
I considered it, but I didn't.
I cannot.
I really need to get. I haven't actually. I trust my players, right? So I don't like go through their character sheets all the time. I really need to take another look at yours because I've lost track of like what all your levels are. I really have no idea what you are anymore. I
It's
just
good.
trust you.
It's good. Okay, I will. I don't want to necessarily how to teach her how to hunt with it. I want to teach her that if someone comes at you, depending on how they're positioned, like if they're toppling over you, aim for them low, or if they're
Sure.
on the ground, go for like their legs or something. I want to teach her like specific scenarios, or like if she's sneaking up behind someone to go for like their lower back and
Who rolls
their
then?
side.
Stealth check and then attack roll.
Mm,
You're not
okay.
actually attacking her, but I mean, if you're showing her how
Yeah,
to
yeah.
attack, I think that makes sense.
Stabber.
And then you do
I'll
it like
do
this:
the
you
stealth
stab her in the side,
Ah!
and then shove a choco berry in her mouth. Here, eat this. 21.
So no, 20. Yeah.
Okay. She picks up on this relatively quickly. This is something that she's been practicing herself quite a bit. So, there's a moment where you don't know where she went. She actually eludes you for a moment, and then she kind of pops out from behind you and goes, "Ooh." It actually startles you a little bit because you literally lost track of her. So the stealthing thing she is getting very good at.
And then what was the second? Oh, an attack.
Attack
That's
roll.
right. Yeah. Dagger. Bam.
23. Okay. She seems a little more hesitant to try this one. I mean, she's very enthusiastic about learning, but just, when she actually gets into, okay, now I have to try to stab something. And I imagine that you've set up just with some logs or something, like a makeshift dummy or something to practice on.
Yep.
And it takes her a minute, but her form is good. A couple corrections here and there. You got to show her how to stand, how to shift her weight, how to act, properly hold the dagger. Uh, but yeah, I mean, you think with a little bit of practice over time, she could be a rather proficient little rogue.
Okay. And then, while she's doing some training, I'll sneak away not too far, but I will reach into my bag and pull out a piece of parchment,
Okay.
some ink, and a quill.
Okay.
And I'll leave it vague for now for fun, but I will write a contract that requires 3 signatures.
Okay.
And once I'm done writing the contract, I'll look over towards Oki training, and I'll look over to where I hid Sarah, and I'll
Okay.
just smile a little bit, and I'll fold it up and put it in my bag.
Okay. I like that.
Oh, you're
vagueness.
gonna adopt
I
Sarah?
like the little teasy.
Hey, oh wait, you need to remember where you put Sarah, remember?
Yeah,
He
true.
Because you
finally
lost
found her.
her.
Oh yeah, that was your 30, wasn't it?
Yep, that was the first 30, yeah.
Oh, that's one of my favorite clips. Okay. So, after a while, you kind of make your way back over, check on how she's doing. She's doing with some more practice, even over the last 20 minutes, her form has gotten much better. She's like repeating to herself under her breath the things that you said. Like she'll catch herself holding it or standing wrong. She'll be like, no, okay. And she notices you come over. She goes, I think I'm getting the hang of it. Like, of
You are.
course,
I'm.
I know I've got a lot to go, but I think I'm getting it.
You know, nobody's perfect after their first day, but yes, you were doing quite good. You honestly sneaked up on me. I lost track of where you were.
Yeah, it was funny. Have you trained like a lot of people?
Well, it's technically not. Well, yeah, I don't want to brag, but I have trained a couple people, but nothing crazy.
You're a good teacher. I like hanging
Thank
out
you.
with you.
I appreciate that.
Can I ask you a weird question?
Ask away. We might be here for a while.
Is she looks kind of shy. She's kind of like looking down at her feet and just kind of kicking the dirt. Is this what it feels like to have a family? I've never had that before, and I just wanted to say it's nice.
It is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. Okay, I was just she just stops mid-sentence.
What?
Everything around you seems to kind of die down, except the voice in your head. She's here.
What?
As you say
Who's
that,
here?
you can see your breath come out of your mouth. If you look down, Oki is just stopped mid-sentence, as though she's just frozen. You look around, everything else in the grove is completely still. Sitting on a log, not 15 feet from you, is a human-sized, fully formed Shiva. You've only seen this visage of her unconscious before that you can remember. Hello, Ava. I see you're keeping some
What
interesting
do I owe
company
to?
these days.
Oh yes, got to keep all forms of allies when you're trying to
Yeah, tell that bitch
save
to
the world
fuck
from a
off.
Yeah, right, Garuda, calm the fuck down.
Who's it you have in there now? Garuda and Leviathan, yes?
Aye, soon it'll be all your siblings.
Do tell my siblings I said hello. Been such a long time since I've seen them.
Yeah, I don't know if you really want me to say that to them.
Now we can fucking hear her. Well, suppose you're wondering what I'm doing here. How I'm here.
Yes, actually, to both of those.
These forests are quite lovely, aren't they? They
They
provide all
are. It's
sorts
been a
of
nice.
magical protections,
That
sanctuary.
they do.
Afforded me an opportunity to actually speak with you.
Oh.
I have news I'd like to deliver. You might want to sit
Good
down.
news? Oh, fuck. All right. I'll go and take a seat.
She just kind of watches you with indifference as you kind of go sit down. I don't mean this to be punny, but it is a little bit. She seems very cold, very distant.
Ah, sorry.
Hey! It seems that your ranks continue to fall. Another one of yours has passed on. Nozak is no longer with us. She kind of hangs on that last word, as though she doesn't know if that's the right word to use. He had some things to say. We spoke briefly. He seemed very opinionated about how things have been going.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he has a lot of opinions. He's been alive a long time.
She kind of looks over the scene. What's your plan here, Ava?
Like, right here, right now in this forest, or like 10 years from now?
She just stares at you. She doesn't answer.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What's my plan? Well, I trust my friends.
Don't tell her too
Of
much.
course.
Backstabbing bitch.
Oh.
She will turn on you, just like she did us. God, just the fucking sight of her.
I trust my friends. I trust the people that you place trust in to see this through.
I'm starting to believe that I may have placed my trust in the wrong place.
Hmm.
I was told as much, actually, not long ago.
Oh, by Nozak?
By Nozak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not too happy with the gods.
It's not just that. I've chosen many people as my warriors over the vast years I've been doing this. The campaign that I've been running to try to correct the wrongs done so long ago. You're not the first, and I didn't think you'd be the last. You've made it further than anyone else. Most of them don't make it anywhere near the first crystal, and here you have two, walking around with two icons in your head. Yet I can't help but notice you seem to be bleeding, hemorrhaging members left and right. Your friend Izzy, only alive because the weird powers my sister decided to twist. You have that thing marching around in Grunther's skin, pretending to be an avatar of my justice. And now Nozak as well. It's starting to get easier to count those that haven't died amongst your little group. Nozak was quite clear that he doesn't think that I should be placing this burden on humanity, or whatever you folk call yourself collectively. So I've come to say I relieve you of your burden. Take that child, go somewhere, live out your life. You are no longer my warriors. She kind of stands up. I trust you'll tell the others, since I can't visit them quite as freely as I can you in this moment.
Mhm.
I wish things had turned out differently. I truly do. Give me an insight check.
I was about to ask, could I make for two instances? One being when she said that thing of an abomination of Grunthor, and then the second one when she relieved us of duty.
Absolutely. Do two. One and then the other. I'll do the first one for the Grunthor thing.
first one for Grunther's a 23.
Yay.
100% telling the truth. Also,
Okay.
Harlequin doesn't know that. So this is an actual reveal for if he's watching.
Fuck
Also.
yeah, okay. And then for relieving us of our duty. Oh.
She
14.
seems serious, and she seems... I think 14's high enough to pick up on this. She says it as though she's regretful, but you're really just getting, like, disappointment and disdain. She's acting as though you have failed her. In your head, Garuda is seething. I told you. I told you you can't trust her. She did this same shit to us. When we needed her most, she ran. Things don't change. People don't change. Shiva
Is Shiva
always
still here?
lets you down. Go ahead, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no worries, you're good. Is she still here?
Yes, she's still here. She seems to be about to leave, but if you would like to say something to her, she is still there.
So that's it then. This is the closest you've ever been to your goal, and you're giving up on us?
On you, not my goal. I think it's time I take a different approach. What that is yet, I'm still formulating, but you needn't worry. It is no longer your burden.
I'll reach into my shirt and pull out the crystal. I'll hold it up. Well, what about this? I've set in motion something that I can't stop until all the fiends are destroyed and all the crystals are restored. Unfortunately for you, I may not be your warrior of light, but I'm still a warrior of light until this shit gets figured out.
You are free to do as you will. That is your right. That's it. That's all she said. Take care, Ava.
And you as
Kind
well,
of,
Shiva.
as you say that, you look around. She's not there anymore. It's just never known what it's like to have a family, and I think it's kind of nice. And she just kind of, Oki just picks up mid sentence. How did you get all the way over there? That
How
was
did you
cool.
get
Can you
all the
teach
way?
me that?
Wait, what? What did I do?
From her perspective, you're right here in front of her. Time froze. You went over there to talk to Shiva. Time unfroze. It looks like you. I mean, it looks like you teleported to
Teleported.
her. You gotta teach me how to do that. That was cool.
Yeah, right as soon as I figure out how I did that, I'll teach you.
Hey. Cool. With that, Izzy, are you sending a message?
Yes.
Go for it.
Sorry, just typing stuff out to make sure I get the right amount of words. That's why you see this bright light attacking my face currently. Okay. So, okay. So he will send a message to Ava that simply says, where are you caught up with Wind Temple survivors? Have a lot of bad news and some concerns we need to talk about.
I will say, trapped in the Chocobo Forest with Oki and Sarah, we cannot leave. Sarah needs Blake's help. I have a lot of bad news too. We cannot leave. I don't remember if I said that, so I'll say it again.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Are you sending another response? Or are you leaving it at that?
He's immediately going to the chocobo forest.
Okay. So, it doesn't take you that long on the broom again. That thing's fast. From your perspective, Ava, it's getting a little bit later in the afternoon when you start to hear the rustling of trees. And, you're kind of expecting it, but Oki kind of jumps up and she takes the dagger you've given her and she immediately kind of falls
Oh,
into
no.
like a crotch,
No,
step.
it's okay.
You know who that is? Who's coming?
No, I don't. But only good people can get in here, so just stay low, keep your weapon hidden. If they don't know you're armed, that's better.
Okay. She tries to do like a cool little spin thing and ends up just kind of flipping it out of her hand. And she looks so embarrassed as it falls to the floor. Like her face just like flushes super red. And she just like quickly picks it up and tries to fumble and puts it back away. And then she just kind of runs off and hides. Izzy, you emerge from the trees into the open, and the first thing you see is Ava standing there, and you do see Sarah lying in the middle of this forest, and her breathing is very shallow. You haven't seen any of this yet, so all of the black corruption that's like her veins themselves it look as though instead of blood they have like sludge going through them, and her breath is incredibly shallow and ragged, and she's unconscious. Her eyes are flittering a little bit, and she's just kind of mumbling. She seems to be in pain, but alive.
Okay. Sorry. Looking stuff up real quick. When he looks at Ava, does he see if Ava knows or not?
Ava has a look of there's bad news on his face.
Okay, cool. So that's not specific enough, so I'll just assume he doesn't. Sorry, I'm trying to get while I look through my spell stuff, I'm trying to get my stuff right.
How dare you
Yeah,
try and be a
I
prepared player?
I can always tell when Ace is
Yeah.
looking through his spells because he's like got this focused look on his face. He's like, I have an answer. I know I have an answer.
No. I think he walks by, he's like, jeez, there's a lot happening. Why is there an indention of a knife on the floor as if someone dropped one?
Don't worry about that.
You can hear from the back. She goes, "Oh my god."
Oh yeah, Oki, you can come out. This is my friend.
She's gonna peeks over this like little log she was hiding behind.
Has he met Leonhardt before? Or I guess Oki,
You
he
have
would know her code name.
seen her around. She was in Cornelia, but you've never actually officially met her. No, as she kind of just
Oh, you're
comes over.
the little girl we met that one time.
Yes, Oki, Leonhardt. This is my friend Izzy Hecate. Izzy, this is Leonhardt or Oki.
He
Nice
will
to meet you. You
put
do know
out.
the name Leonhardt, though. You do know that's his contact because I think you've said that before. I don't know if you knew the contact was a 10-year-old girl.
Yeah. I think he says, "Oh, that's nice. It's very nice to meet you." And he holds out like a pretty like firm hand. It's like the hand you would give someone who you're on the level with, not like a child.
Okay. Okay. She looks at and she kind of like sizes you up. Let me see if she picks up on that. Yeah, she kind of picks up on the way you're greeting her. With this like that you're not kind of talking down to her. She just kind of smiles and she goes to take your hand and she shakes it. And
Wow.
when she touches your hand, you feel something in your palm as she pulls away, and you look down, and your coin purse has now been returned to you.
God damn it. Wait, If she stole it, she stole it before.
Just as you were talking, she kind of came up. I rolled really high on her stealth check coming over to you guys.
Jesus Christ.
Like as you looked away, she just kind of sliced and took it.
Yeah. As he shakes her hand, he looks at Ava. He's like, "Wow, what a pretty name for a 10-year-old child."
Is it, what?
I don't know. He kind of froze in the middle of that.
He says, "We
Oh, yeah,
will
I'm
have a
gonna-
conversation about that later."
That's fine.
Jeez. He says, would you like to try to handle Sarah first, or would you like to talk news first?"
Oh, I've done everything I can for Sarah. If you have any ideas, go for it.
There may be something, but remember when our airship was crashing?
Yeah, that was terrifying.
Yeah, I felt a pull of something before when I tried to stop it, and there was a chance where I felt as if something could happen, but I wasn't able to do it. I might be able to try it with her, but I give no guarantees. Unfortunately, if this doesn't work, we don't have many options because I don't know where Blake or Grunthor are.
I'm sorry, what? You don't know where Blake or
not
Grunthor are?
I sent Blake a message. She didn't respond.
Oh.
And I was but apparently my mom is sending an emissary of some type from Mysidia. So I got distracted, and I was going to talk to you and Nozak about it later. Speaking
Your
of,
mom's on our team, right? This is a good emissary?
she's against my father.
Ah, that's good enough.
Also, Nozak, he's
Dead.
yeah. You see, he takes a minute before he says, I found him and the remains of Marrow. I wasn't able to heal Marrow then, and I couldn't risk trying something then, because if it turns out I need to use up all of my magic to do so, I would have risked putting myself in danger just in case there was a fight trying to find you.
No, yeah, that's smart.
Also, I hate to say this, especially around a person he's taking care of, but Marrow knows Sarah's more important than he is.
It's true.
Even though it pains me that I tried asking Shiva for help, but it didn't work.
Oh yeah, she came and visited me, by the way.
Hey, is that a good or bad thing?
Well, I guess it really just depends on your perspective. Because on the bright side, she told me that Nozak died. I guess that's not really bright, but on the one side, she
On
told
the
me
bright
that
side,
Nozak
she
died.
told
I
me
can assure
Nozak-
you it was a very bright moment.
She
And-
told me that fucker finally died.
His life flashed before his eyes.
And
Sorry.
on the other hand, she kind of told us that that we can stop.
Not what?
Yes, that we're no longer in her charge and she no longer has use of us.
Of course she does. Are you telling me that a deity only uses people to their ways? I am so surprised. Regardless, whether she wants our help or not, I'm not stopping until we stop the dissenters or whatever their names are from getting to each of these crystals. My goal is to find them. My goal is to find the mother crystal, so that we have the power to do something about this war. But I guess the crystals aren't as big of a priority now. The only at this point, without Shiva backing us and her assumingly giving up or doing something else, it seems like getting rid of them would only be taking pawns away from Noctis, and I wouldn't mind doing that.
Keep in mind that as the crystals are draining, it is still causing like geographical or geological issues. So
Yeah.
that is the other thing.
But it's fine. It's not our
We've
problem.
been without wind for months, and it's cool. Like, we're good.
Yeah. Yeah, who needs good drinking water? But
We got purifiers.
I think he says also the weather phenomena. finding the mother crystal, I think I was going to talk about this with Nosak, but I know you have loyalty to Zara, but I think we need to start after we help her. If we can, we need to start letting her run her kingdom. If you wish to do that with her, I completely understand. I will continue my mission to find the mother crystal by myself, and we can talk about meeting up again to finish the rest of the crystals later.
No, I've been thinking about that a lot ever since Nora grabbed Renoa through the portal and said the Noctis wants to meet with us. I've been trying to think about peace terms that Sarah will agree to.
He also came to speak to me about it. And I wanted to assume that she was some sort of diabolical villain, but she seems to be in the position everyone is in this war, which is she doesn't have many other options. But I tried to give her a chance to at least. I wanted to give her a chance to save herself, but I don't think she would take it even with it.
I can't say that I blame her.
I try to give people as much of a chance as they can, but there's only so much we can do if they don't want our help.
It's true.
But I think he looks at Ava. He says, "Listen, I'll support you in whatever decision you make because you're my friend and I care so much about you. But I would love your help in solving the problem we have in front of us."
No, yeah, absolutely. The only reason why the elements on the planet is fucked in the first place is because of the agreement I made. So the least I can do is fix it.
Yes. However, we might. A wrench in the plan is the wind crystal. Unfortunately, even if we get the other crystal, but we might need to keep that one down for a bit, at least, so that Noctis can't use any of his flying machines.
Yeah, that's
Bring
sorry,
this one
Garuda.
back to life.
He's got a point, though, Garuda. I mean, like if you really think about it, that is a really good point.
Regardless,
I'm done
let's
talking
see if
for
I
now.
can. Let's see if I can ramshackle something together.
I think it's like
There's
a voodoo or like a hex something. This isn't poison in nature or arcanic in nature. It's like a curse or the voodoo or I don't know. I've seen some shamans do some crazy shit in my times.
Well, is she diseased or is she cursed? Because that'll dictate what I do.
It's not a disease. I tried that already.
Yeah, you tried that. You didn't roll high enough to know if it was a curse, but you just know it's not something natural.
Oh, wait, can I do a check on her? Why didn't I think of that? What is wrong with me?
You've been rolling like shit tonight, so you can. But I don't know if it's gonna do you any good.
Am I able to help him with it?
I'll let you help since you have kind of done it once and you're kind of telling him what it isn't. So yeah, you can have advantage on it.
Okay, what am I rolling?
What are you trying to check? Are you looking for something natural? Are you looking for something magic?
I'm just trying to see what's wrong with her. Like, what is the nature of this thing?
Okay. Let's start with medicine.
Okay, at advantage. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 24.
Okay. Follow that up with a non-advantage arcana, because he can't really help you with this.
Okay, that's pretty decent. 20.
20.
Dirty.
Okay.
No.
So you immediately with his help, yes, you confirm this is not something natural, not a poison, nothing like that. Based on things that you've read, this is you're like 95% sure this is a curse of some kind.
Okay. And that's when he says, do you know why my father hasn't been able to find a cure, or my brother hasn't been able to find a cure for snakepox yet? It's because a lot of sorcerers actually are not skilled in medical arts, and there are certain spells that are not akin to them. Hence, why there are people who specialize in healing who aren't clerics in Mysidia, but a lot more doctors.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm in a I do my best. Thank you. I'm in a position where I can attempt to do something, but if I actually had the spell scroll for it, I'd be able to do more. My mom told me that my father is under some sort of madness brought on by a spell, and this spell might help him if need be. Unfortunately, I don't have it prepared. I just know of it. So attempting to cast it will be most likely pretty either dangerous or overall fruitful. So as Sarah's ward, I'm going to need you to decide what you wish to do in the worst case scenario.
Did you say your dad is enthralled by magical madness?
My mother implied it, yes.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
Huh. Okay, then. Secondly,
Slow.
what was that second part you said? You said something about that if you cast it and it fails, it could go bad.
Well, it can go bad for me, but if this doesn't work,
Oh.
Sarah won't be healed, and there's nothing we can do.
Sure, yeah.
Well, how bad for you? Will it like kill you, or will it just like do you need to just rest for a couple days?
I'm not sure. This is
Oh fuck.
new territory for me. Doing a spell without doing proper research. So, wish me luck. No. We won't need luck. We
Yeah, no,
will
we don't need luck.
see. He is trying so hard to be positive in the way you would be, and it is
Mhm.
failing miserably.
Yeah, no, we all our friends have died. We definitely don't need luck.
And yeah, he just says, just think about it. What we need to do if Sarah doesn't make it. Also, what happened in the wind shrine?
Oh man, shit was fucking crazy. We get there, and there's this guy named Thomas, and he's like, "Oh my god, princess, I haven't seen you in so long." And she's like, actually, it's Queen Sarah now." And he's like, "Oh yes, forgive me." And so he was in charge of everything, and so like they went into a room, like the quarter
Oh
chamber or
yeah.
something,
Wait.
and they talked.
So I was
Not
told
me.
that someone was pretending. I was told that someone was pretending to be Thomas. So when you guys went into the room with her, did he like change then, or was it
Well,
like a
see,
thing?
funny story about that is that we didn't go into the room with her because there was like a bunch of civilians there, and like I haven't seen these people. Cornelia's my home. I haven't seen these people in forever. So like I wanted to talk with my people, and then so like I was doing that, and then Nozak went and talked to the guards because they were guarding the infected, and then I went and knocked on the door, and Sarah didn't answer. And I was like, oh, they're just having a meeting. And then Nozak went and like blew the door down or something. I just heard a fucking explosion, and then Sarah got stabbed without actually being stabbed, and it was Conrad who was Connor Thomas.
Of course it was.
Oh
Yep.
my
So he's
god.
back, and he is really fucking strong. He's not just an old man.
This is like
Wait, so was he
this
was
is
he
like in
casting like
Frozen 2 when Olaf recaps Frozen 1. Has anybody seen that? You know what I'm talking about?
wait, so
Do you know what I'm talking about?
yeah, okay, so he was clearly casting spells at you all, right?
Oh yeah, and he was like Thomas at first, and then he shifted to old man Conrad with his robes, and then he had fucking armor on, and that armor was tough. He like magically just the armor, and
Okay, so
yeah.
from uh, you are making me regret my statement about letting Sarah do things on her own now. No. She's an adult. She's a queen. Queens come
Yeah,
under
but I
threat of
mean, I
assassination all the
think
time.
yeah, I think with that being said, though, it's probably good that we always have someone with her if she ever does something alone.
Regardless, let's just attempt this. And you see him using his staff to draw a magical circle in the dirt, as best he can. Normally, when he draws magical circles, like for cast spell, they look very neat, and he always looks sure. He looks very unsure as he is doing his best to try to remember things. And as he does, you hear him with holding his now staff that you finally see uh, in front of him as he says, "Okay, your magic is yours. This is your spark. You just have to get it differently than other people. You will succeed in this. You need to hear the magic. You need to feel it flowing through your veins. You need to think about how to use. You need to make sure you do this. Do this. Even you can't rely on other people's abilities anymore for doing things like this. You need to be able to rely on yourself and the people who actually trust you. And I think as he closes his eyes, he is going to attempt. DM,
Yeah.
I will make whatever deal you want for me right now if
All right,
you allow me to cast remove curse on her without having it prepared.
do you
I
know
will
that
give you my
spell?
HP. I will give you my arm. I will give you any spell slots you want. I will give you any emotional damage you
I was
crave if you
wondering
let me cast it.
what you were going for here. Is it a spell that you've looked into before? Is like in your spell book?
It is not, but wizards can cast it.
Okay, yeah, I know that. Okay, let's see. How do we want to do this?
My best friend just died.
All right. Hear, feel, think. I need. I know I use this a lot, but let's give me a D100. I'm
God
looking
damn
for
it.
different results than I usually am.
Okay.
Here,
Is this the most D100s we've had in one episode?
I think so.
That's
Maybe.
cool.
As he casts the spell, could he have told the two of them to back up real quick?
It's too late for that.
Damn. Well, I tried, guys. Hopefully you
We're about
can.
to find out the curse that
Hopefully you
Oki is
can.
actually a 40-year-old man.
Okay. You got this. Hear, feel, and think. Damn, I don't have inspiration. Oh well. Let's see. That's a 57.
57. Okay. Uh,
Don't like that.
what? Why? Why do you always think I'm
Izzy,
doing something nefarious?
Izzy, roll the dice. Wolf breathes. Izzy.
Roll me another D100.
Okay. Ooh, that
Oh,
is
yeah.
a 29.
I need one more.
Okay. We're getting there. That is a 89.
So, okay, let's see. As
Oh
you
no.
as you start casting this, okay, you can feel just you can feel the spell there, like outside of your grasp, right? What's your highest level spell slot?
My highest level spell slot is a 6th level spell. I have one.
Okay, that is spent.
Yeah, I'm level 12, so 6.
That is spent.
Yep, that's fair.
As you are trying, you're reaching for this, and you can feel you've seen the spell, you've read it, you haven't committed it to memory, but what you're trying to do is you're digging down deep. You're pulling from that place where you think your spark should be, where you know now that your spark is. You're focusing all of your energy, all of your efforts through that point. And your 6th level spell is spent. The spell doesn't go off as you continue to just push. What was you rolled what was the first one? A 57? As you do this, heat flashes off of you, and in a small 5 foot radius around you, the parts of the grass begin to burst into flame as you just are channeling this, and the magical energy just washes out from you and starts to ignite things in just a small circle around where you're standing. You push
Yikes.
through. One of your 5th level spells is now spent.
That's
Okay.
fair. No more 5th level spells.
As you're standing there in the middle of your rune, you start to blink out of existence. As Ava, what you see is he just from where he's standing is all of a sudden about 30 feet across on the other side of the grove. Just mad, like the magic is welling up and has just shifted him and shifts him again. He seems to just be almost coming in and out of reality as he's pulling from this weave of magic that he's never tapped into before. Finally, your last 5th level, or your another 5th level spell is spent. And
I already have one. If you want, I can get rid of all my 4th levels.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, one of those is fine. Two fourth level spells.
Oh, just one?
Two fourth level
Okay, cool.
spells. As you're seeing as you're watching him, he disappears. And for a minute,
Yikes.
it's quiet. All you can hear is the chirping of the birds. You're looking around, you don't see him anywhere. As he appears back with this rush of just arcane energy that explodes out from him, it almost knocks you back as he appears right on top of the unconscious Sarah and collapses over her body as the arcane energy just washes over the grove. With that, all of the sounds just kind of die down as all of the birds fucking scared now. As Izzy's just kind of lying there panting. And hear a very tiny, frail voice. Izzy? That's where we're going to end tonight.
Just waiting for it.
Yeah.
Yay.
I had you roll on the wild magic 3 times. That's what I was
Oh,
doing.
God.
I had a feeling that's what it was.
Some of those are bad, but this turned out okay.
Yeah.
DM, I would have been
So-
fully okay if you had taken all of my hit points if you had wanted. I wanted this to work.
Okay. One other condition, because I'm not being
Mhm.
trying not to be too. You will have to take that spell at some point. Like then you will have to take that spell up now that it's.
Oh yeah, listen. The
Yeah.
thing about it is, the only reason I offered is because I knew that there would be something to come with it. I want you to know, Izzy is never trying that shit again. He's learned his lesson.
Actually, I have one more thing before we
Ooh.
end because I think this is appropriate.
Mm.
Let's come back into it, okay? All right. Let's get back in the moment.
Okay,
right?
I'm retracing my collapse, so you no longer get them.
Let's bring it back. You hear the faint. Is he? As you kind of start to push off of her, because you collapse on top of her, just kind of sitting up. You can see the like black veins starting to retract, almost as they're pulling back towards the center. As you're breathless, as you're just totally drained, you start to kind of feel a tug at your pack. Your broom actually pulls itself off your back, kind of hovers around, spinning around your head a little bit. You look up, kind of just disoriented, kind of think you're hallucinating. As you're watching it, though,
Oh.
it kind of circles your head, and you hear in your mind an old woman's voice. Hear, feel, think. And before your eyes, the broom starts to change and transform.
Wolf,
Brushels
you
on the
piece of
end.
shit. I knew it.
They fray and burn away as the wooden heft of the broom transforms itself into a staff you've been looking for quite some time. That's where we're going to end because I thought I like almost held it for next episode, but I was like, no, it's too good. That was a moment. That was the moment I think where you fulfilled the third and final
As soon
act of your
as
test.
you said Matoya's voice, I said, "Ah, shit, it's the broom, isn't it?"
Yeah, it was the broom the whole time. It was the broom the whole time. It's been with you the
That's
whole
fucking
time.
awesome.
Matoya is such a troll.
Oh yeah, duh. I thought I made that clear from the first time. We have this will be in its not full powered state, but we have just uncovered the Kupo Quest's first ultimate weapon. So it's got some
Ooh.
Yay!
got some powering up to do, It can still be powered up,
Okay.
but I will send you details
That
on
implies that there's more.
Yeah, every one of you has one.
Yeah, well, there was 5. Now there's 4.
Oh god.
Uh-huh. Well, yours was the
Can I
hardest one to
have-
think of, so
wait,
I don't have to think of one now.
I have Nozak's gauntlet. Can I just have his?
Yeah, you snap the thing. I don't need this anymore. Actually, I have one planned for everybody, but Nozax I was still workshopping, but no, I don't have to.
Yeah, don't need to
That's
worry about
fair.
that anymore. I'd say
Yay,
shots
I love
fired, but not
custom
anymore.
items.
So
Yeah,
it's
I
not
love
going to
custom
be
items.
it's not going to be its full power, just because
That's fair.
you're still level 12.
Tell me when you add it. I
and
want to see her.
Matoya is a troll. I don't imagine she'd give you a. I don't imagine you would have unlocked all of the secrets of it yet, and you don't really know how to use it yet. But yes,
That is valid.
we have uncovered our first story-related ultimate weapon.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I figured it's best to end on that. A happy note after all
Yeah.
the sadness.
It would be very funny if Matoya like casted like a future sight spell and she was just like, oh, you know, and she saw him like make his own stuff. She's like, oh yeah, that's the moment I want his staff to reveal itself.
Yeah.
I did not
Yeah.
plan. So the whole time with this thing, I'm like, I'm gonna wait for a moment to where he's, the broom's gonna get slow. I thought you'd pick up on it because the broom kept transforming every time you got one. Like you hear the feel, the thing. I was like, I'll just wait for a moment. Like whenever it seems right, I'll be like, yeah, he's fulfilled whatever journey of self-discovery that Matoya set out for him. And I just don't think there's gonna be a better moment than that cool shit that just happened. So
hmm
there you go. You got it.
I'm
Well-
so excited for when you.
I wish I could have heard that. But you cut out a little bit.
On my screen, both of you are fucking up.
Oh man.
Oh damn.
I mean, you come in pretty quick, so it only happens like a little bit. But like, every time it happens, I look at Ava and make sure that he's okay too. I'm like, fuck, okay, sweet.
Well, whatever happens on my end is what people see. So what were you saying, Izzy?
I was basically saying I love custom items, so I can't wait to see it.
Oh yeah. So I will get that to you by next week for sure.
Yay.
But with that, we will end tonight's episode. Do you want that was some good news. You want some bad news? Or do you want me to save the bad
Oh.
news?
I would love some bad news, I guess.
Let's take a vote. Who wants bad
Yeah,
news
sure,
or who
I
wants
like
bad
bad
news at
news.
the top of the next episode?
Oh, I'll take
Bad
the bad
news.
news now. Yeah, let's
Oh,
go.
at the top I thought you were gonna give it to us now.
It's
No, we'll take
we're
it now.
voting. You want the bad news now, or you want it at the top of the next episode?
Me personally,
it
I
now.
want it now so I can think
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Give me the tea.
Give us the
Uh,
coma. It's hot.
based on what has happened, based on your current relationship with Shiva, you have currently lost access to the job system.
Ooh.
God damn.
Yeah. That's rough.
So
Oh, we're just regular D&D players now. No.
Yeah, you're just regular. I'm not. That's not to say it can't come back, but based on where we are, they are. Yeah, that's gone for now.
Oh no, guys, that means I lost comprehend language.
Oh no, that
That
means
I-
oh, never mind.
That means I haven't
That means
used
y'all lost your
at all.
limit breaks for now. For now, but
Yeah.
that was part of her implication of you're released from your duties. And now
Well, we're just
Nozak
gonna
can
take this
ponder
off.
on whether or not that would have happened if he hadn't told her off. We'll never know. I mean,
don't
I
think
will,
He doesn't
but
Nozak would have
care.
changed
you
his
won't.
mind.
Nozak's dead. Who cares?
He finally got to see a god after like 1,000 years of dealing with their shit. He
Fair.
was reading her to fucking filth no matter what.
He was. Yeah.
Also, Nozak does not care.
Oh no,
True.
God no.
Nozak's never cared. I
We
saw
don't need
Omega
this
in the
shit.
chat. Just wanted to say hi. Yeah, we're just finishing up, but this was a good one. You should go back and watch it. On that note, if you watch this show, we are starting a new stream this week. Thursday nights we're doing Dragonbane, so that's going to be a different system. I'm the DM. I
Yeah.
got Psychic. He's in that one, but then 3 other people that you've never seen on this channel. So it'll be cool, I think. These
sorry,
other two
I might
I'm
actually
wanna play
actually
Dragonbane
watch
with me.
these YouTube videos.
You should watch those YouTube videos on youtube.com/Wolfkins TTRPG. That's where you can find me.
Mhm.
Or at twitch.tv/Wolfkins TTRPG.
Did you say wolfkin.ttrpg? No, I'm kidding. Stop.
Don't mess it up. Anyway, thank you all for playing. This has been kind of a roller coaster of an arc here. We've been going with a little bit of a lighter crew, but things just keep happening. Like we've had some big movements.
Mhm.
Let's finish it. One more D100. Anybody pick.
Me.
Yeah, you roll it.
Yeah.
I
One
get
more-
to do it because I get to do it because I fucking died.
Yeah, that's
Rest
fair.
in peace.
You can do it.
May I
Well-
rest in pieces.
Give me a D100.
D100, go!
Let's see what you get.
58.
58.
Ooh.
Top half. Level up.
Yay!
Y'all are welcome. My gift to you from beyond
There's
the
been
grave.
a lot. There's been a lot. I think this.
Wait, we're leveling up?
Yeah, we're gonna level up. I've given you a 50-50
Damn, that's
chance.
crazy.
I kind
My
of
gift to
decided
you from beyond the grave.
to do it anyway, but I thought it'd be more fun to roll another D100 since we've done that so many times.
Guys,
So, yeah.
I finally have 80 HP.
Oh my god!
Did hear you
just
correctly? I
nailed it.
thought you said you finally have ADHD.
All right.
I was like, didn't we know that already?
You know what I'm super excited about? And I know we usually don't hang out chatting at the end this long, but you know what I'm super excited about? It's going to be so much
Mhm.
easier to hit you fuckers now that Nozak's in the ground.
Oh boy.
Right, not if Nozak plays a tank. Nozak, please
I
play a
already-
tank.
I already know what Nozak's playing. You can't change it now.
Oh no. Nozak, please change it.
Anyway, that'll be it for this episode. We will see you next week. Or if you want to check out Dragonbane, episode 1 is this Thursday at 9:30, and I'm probably going to try to stream some
Big
Magic
hype.
on Wednesday at about 10. So, but you should really check out Dragonbane. So, oh yeah,
Gonna be fun.
spoiler, Omega,
Bestie.
but Nozak is no more. It was
Aw.
quite emotional. You should go back and watch it if you're interested. He cries like a little bitch, but it
There
was.
If
No, it was good.
if we
It was very
were
good
gonna
acting.
let him have one moment with Izzy before going, he wouldn't have said anything profound or anything. He would have just said, "I finally got to use a bomb." That's all
did.
it would have been.
You
It's like,
were
I
the
finally
bomb.
got to bomb something.
You were the bomb.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I was the bomb. That's right.
Omega, you're right. It was a very bad week for players on all of the shows that I'm on. Hopefully that doesn't translate into Dragonbane this Thursday. So
TPK
it's
straight away.
episode 1. All right, everybody. Thank you all for watching. If you watch this on YouTube, thank you for that as well. We appreciate all the views, the likes. Kellen,
I'm so sorry,
just
Kellen.
sorry. Just
Yeah.
sorry. It gets worse from here, though. Okay.
Oh.
It just
Well-
gets worse.
Oh god.
All right, everybody. Have a great night. Lalio, friends. We'll see you next week.